bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong baghaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng luwalhati pagsinta buhay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya ng pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please remain standing for the invocation to be led by the Command Chaplain, Major Tyrone S. Narisma, Chaplain Service.
Let us pray. Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation. In your goodness, you have gathered us all together for the Philippine Marine Corps 72nd birthday. We implore you, O God, to grace us with your presence and bestow us your blessings as every Marine renews our commitment to the organization and the core commitment to our nation's quest for peace and nation building while remembering our fallen Marines whose memories and sacrifices are held sacred. Most gracious Lord, may this awarding and cake-cutting ceremony serves as an inspiration to each one of us in our aspirations, dedication, and commitment in living the stewardship you have entrusted on our shoulders in the disposal of our duty. Strengthen our will that we may never fail in our noble conviction to live our values and ideals of karangalan, katungkulan, and kabayanihan. Continue to bless our efforts and sacrifices as we give our share to the organization, knowing that nothing is impossible with you and nothing can slip out of your sight. We ask the Lord to hear then our prayers. We ask this through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen.
Please be seated.
Distinguished guests and Marines, good evening. Welcome to the traditional cake-cutting ceremony in commemoration of the 72nd birthday of the Philippine Marine Corps.
At this juncture, may we request the Command Sergeant Major, Philippine Marine Corps, Chief Master Sergeant Antonio O. Limitares, Philippine Navy Marines, for his welcome remarks.
To our beloved guest of honor and speaker, and the Commander-in-Chief, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Sir. To the officer in charge, Undersecretary of the Department of National Defense, Jose C. Faustino Jr. Sir. To the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, Lieutenant General Bartolome Vicente O. Bacaro, Philippine Army. Sir. To the Acting Flag Officer in Command, and also the Naval Inspector General, Major General Jonas R. Lumawag, Philippine Marines. Sir. To our Commandant, Philippine Marine Corps, Major General Charlton Sian M. Garland, Philippine Marines. Sir. To all Major Service Commanders, Senior Officers, other civilian dignitaries, and foreign attaches aboard, fellow Marines, guests, and visitors present, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today, the Philippine Marine Corps proudly commemorates its 72 years of defending our great nation with a theme, Team Marines at 72. Katuwang ng bawat Pilipino tungo sa mas mapayapa, maunlad at nagkakaisang bansa. We must always continue to maintain and improve the legacy of our prestigious organization, the Philippine Marine Corps. The legacy of honor and selfless service to our people and the nation. The legacy of willingness to sacrifice ourselves to achieve the true freedom of Filipino people into a peaceful way of life, and the legacy of being the representative of the best in soldiery. Further, tonight we will witness the traditional ceremonies of the Corps, such as the reaffirmation of the Marine Oath and cake cutting. As we celebrate this evening, may the legacy of our fallen comrades who made the ultimate sacrifice serves us an inspiration and will be etched forever in the heart of every Marine. With that, I welcome you all to the 72nd Philippine Marine Corps birthday. Mabuhay ang Philippine Marine Corps. Mabuhay ang sambayanang Pilipino. Mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas.
Thank you, Command Sergeant Major.
At this juncture, to give due recognition to the outstanding achievers of the Philippine Marine Corps and civilian partners, may we request the President to lead us the presentation of awards. He will be assisted by the Officer in Charge, Department of National Defense, the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Acting Flag Officer in Command, Philippine Navy, and the Commandant, Philippine Marine Corps. The Marine Corps Adjutant will now read the citation.
Pursuant to General Orders Number 801, Republic of the Philippines, Department of National Defense, General Headquarters, Armed Forces of the Philippines, dated 26 May 2022, the award of the Order of Lapu-Lapu, rank of Kamagi, is hereby awarded to Corporal Ian Hill M. Morcoso, 904363, Philippine Navy Marines, for extraordinary and distinguished achievements rendered as a member of Emergency Medical Team of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Health Service Regional Task Force NCR, by order of the Secretary of National Defense. Pursuant to General Orders Number 179, General Headquarters, Armed Forces of the Philippines, dated 02 February 2022, the award of the Distinguished Service Star is hereby awarded to Lieutenant Colonel Billy L. Pasha, O-12906, Philippine Navy Marines, for eminently meritorious and valuable services rendered in a position of major responsibility as Commanding Officer, Marine Battalion Landing Team 12, under operational control of 3rd Marine Brigade from 19 September 2017 to 24 April 2019, by command of General Centino. Pursuant to General Orders Number 722, Headquarters 6th Infantry Campilan Division, Philippine Army, dated 18 May 2022, the award of the Bronze Cross Medal is hereby awarded to First Lieutenant Jane Ann Odin, O-18730, Philippine Navy Marines, for conspicuous act as a member of operating elements of 22nd MC MBLT-2 that supported the PIDEA BARM personnel on joint law enforcement operation during the conduct of bypass operation at Llano del Sur last 15 February 2022, by command of Major General Uy. Pursuant to General Orders Number 092, Philippine Navy, Headquarters Naval Forces, Western Mindanao, dated 06 April 2022, the award of the Military Merit Medal with 3rd Silver Anahaw Leaf is hereby awarded to Staff Sergeant Adrian A. Camarote, 844700, Philippine Navy Marines, for meritorious and valuable achievement as member of 111 MC MBLT-11 during the conduct of strengthened checkpoint operations at Zamboanga City on 27 December 2021, by command of Rear Admiral Adasi Jr. Pursuant to General Orders Number 67, Philippine Navy Headquarters Naval Reserve Command, dated 30 December 2020, the award of the Bronze Cross Medal is hereby awarded to Lieutenant Colonel Jose Angelo M. Dominguez, O-154697, Philippine Navy Marines, MNSA Reserve, for acts of heroism involving risk of life as reservist officer of Northern Luzon who have volunteered during the declaration of state of public health emergency, by command of Lieutenant General Torres Jr. Pursuant to General Orders Number 101, Philippine Navy Headquarters Naval Reserve Command, dated 04 October 2021, the award of the Bronze Cross Medal is hereby awarded to Second Lieutenant Derek John M. Lim, O-149164, Philippine Navy Marines Reserve, for act of heroism involving risk of life as reservist officer of 7th Marine Brigade Reserve, who volunteered during the declaration of state of public health emergency by command of Rear Admiral Legazpi. The award of Marine Enlisted Personnel Badge and the Philippine Marine Corps plaque is hereby awarded to Staff Sergeant Michael S. Rayanon, 860901, Philippine Navy Marines, for having been adjudged as the PMC Enlisted Person of the calendar year 2022. The Philippine Marine Corps plaque with streamer is hereby awarded to Marine Battalion Landing Team 3 in recognition of its outstanding performance as the Philippine Marine Corps Best Battalion of the Year 2022 and the recipient of the PMC Kahusayan Award. The Philippine Marine Corps plaque is hereby awarded to Ms. Precious T. Navarro, 8703 Civilian Human Resource, for having been adjudged as the Philippine Marine Corps Model Supervisor of the Year 2022. Another Philippine Marine Corps plaque is also awarded to Ms. Maureen M. Aguilar, 8359 Civilian Human Resource, for having been adjudged as the Philippine Marine Corps Civilian Human Resource of the Year 2022. Same PMC plaque is awarded to Honorable Manuel N. Mamba, Governor of Cagayan Province, in grateful recognition for the invaluable support rendered to the Philippine Marine Corps by facilitating and collaborating to meet the operational, administrative, and logistical requirements of the Corps. Same plaque is also awarded to Ms. Nadine Siriban, Writer, Editor, and Program Advisor, in grateful recognition for the invaluable support rendered to the Philippine Marine Corps since 2012 during the implementation of several community relations training. Same PMC plaque is also awarded to Engineer Bernardo C. Benaventura, Chief Executive Officer of Zion Bendick Engineering and Supplies, in grateful recognition for the invaluable support rendered to the Philippine Marine Corps by facilitating the implementation of projects in calendar year 2021 to 2022.
Thank you, sirs. You may now be seated. May we request everyone to focus your attention at the screens in front for the audio-visual presentation of the Philippine Marine Corps accomplishments.
From bustling cities to stunning beaches and mountains, the Republic of the Philippines consists of around 7,000 islands. Witnessed the history and emerging stories of its people. Lucky to have troops that have been able to deal with a wide spectrum of threats and security challenges in the nation's border and territory.
May I have your attention, please?
Karangalan, katungkulan, at kabayanihan. The Philippine Marine Corps has always been guided with the virtue in serving God, country, and the Filipino people. Since the Philippine Marine Corps was conceptualized in 1950, the Marines have been through the most rigorous training, enduring physical and mental strength, deemed with determination to win peace and security, geared towards being the cutting edge of the armed forces of the Philippines. It's our state of mind, an unflinching commitment, reflecting on the values we demonstrate and in the roles we play.
For 72 years, the Philippine Marine Corps has always been guardians of our sovereignty and our territory. As we shift from internal security operations to territorial defense, the Philippine Marine Corps shall ensure that our seas are protected and that the Filipino people are protected from internal and external threats.
Guided with a core vision, by 2028, the Corps shall be our maritime nation's highly capable of amphibious force in readiness for archipelagic defense that brings lasting inspiration and pride to our people. The core mission is to provide multi-capable marine operating forces in the conduct of rich coastal defense and other operations in support of the Philippine Navy missions.
As partners of the Philippine nation towards peace and development, the Philippine Marine Corps shall always be your team Marines.
We are Team Marines. In the Philippine Marine Corps, we train and educate. Equip and integrate. Assess and evaluate. Maintain and develop our marine operating forces to be mission ready at all times. Adaptable, reliable, innovative, nationalistic, excellent, and selflessly serving the nation.
As Team Marines, we shall always be partners with the Philippine fleet in naval operations, partners with the other branches of service in joint operations, partners with the government agencies in interagency operations, and with our allies in combined operations.
Being the most honorable groups in the world is something to be proud of. Not everyone can make it because only the best can. This year, the Marine Corps will celebrate its birthday with the theme, Team Marines at 72, katuwang ng bawat Pilipino tungo sa mas mapayapa, maunlad at nagkakaisang bansa.
Pilipinas, atin ito. The Philippine Marine Corps shall always defend the Filipino people and ensure territorial integrity and sovereignty at all times. As we shift to external defense operations, the Philippine Marine Corps shall ensure that all threats to national security, either future or current threats, are addressed.
Mula sa pinakahilagang probinsya, ang Batanes, lubos ang ating pasasalamat sa inyong patuloy na serbisyo sa bayan
towards a robust economy, sustained equity, and a unified city.
Ang kapayapaan ng susi sa kaunlaran ng isang lalawigan.
At naramdaman ko ang tunay na serbisyo ng Philippine Marines sa sambayanang Pilipino.
Tayo po ay nagpapasalamat
towards the pursuit of lasting peace ay napamumuhay ng aking mga kababayan.
Happy birthday, Team Marines. May salute.
Happy 72nd Philippine Marines birthday. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.
A force of combined arms, there is no finer fighting organization in the world. We are Marines, transform the most difficult and dangerous defense, safeguarding our territorial waters and protecting our country's shores. Philippine Marine Corps, the fabric of the Filipino nation.
The Philippine Marine Corps shall ensure that all threats to national security are addressed.
At this point, may we request Major General Charlton Sean M. Gerlan, the Commandant, Philippine Marine Corps, to give his remarks, to be followed by the reaffirmation of the Marine Oath.
Before I start my remarks, allow me to acknowledge our distinguished guests today. First, to our guest of honor and speaker, the 17th President of the Republic of the Philippines and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., sir. The Officer in Charge of the Department of National Defense, Senior Undersecretary Jose C. Faustino, sir, Jr., sir. The Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, Lieutenant General Bartolome Vicente O. Bacaro, sir. The Naval Inspector General, representing the Acting Flag Officer in Command of the Philippine Navy, Major General Jonas R. Lumawag, and wife Lynn, the Presidential Advisor on Military and Police Affairs, Secretary Roman Felix, sir. Honorable Manuel Jose Dalipe from the 2nd District of Zamboanga City, sir.
members of the Philippine Coast Guard led by Coast Guard Admiral Artemio Abu, represented by Coast Guard Vice Admiral Rolando Lisor Punsalan, the Deputy Commandant for Operations. The Philippine Army commanders present, led by the Commanding General of the Philippine Army, Lieutenant General Romeo S. Brownell Jr. and wife Melody. The Commanding General of the Philippine Air Force, represented by Vice Commander, Philippine Air Force, Major General Arturo Cordura. The Commander of the Eastern Mindanao Command, Lieutenant General Greg Almerol and wife Lynette. Our former commandants here present, led by the most senior Brigadier General Eduardo Cabanlig. May I request the commandants and their lovely ladies to please stand, sir. Yes, sir. All the previous commandants of the Philippine Marine Corps. Thank you so much for your presence. General Flag Officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Senior Officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, members of the Foreign Armed Forces Attaché Corps, led by Colonel and Mrs. Gendran Masarapan Marudupan of Singapore. All the Papas, please stand to be recognized. Thank you for coming. Senior enlisted leaders, civilian human resource, our awardees, distinguished guests, Marines, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank God for another wonderful day as we are graced with the gift of life, good health, presence of our friends and family, and another year to celebrate our Marine birthday. 72 years have passed since the activation of Alpha Company on November 1950. The forebears of what the Philippine Marine Corps is today. The Marines were envisioned by then Secretary of National Defense Ramon Magsaysay to be a seaborne, hard-hitting fighting force from the sea to strike anywhere along the coastlines of the archipelago, and has transformed into a highly capable amphibious force, the Philippine Marine Corps. Today, as we celebrate our 72nd Marine birthday, we look forward to our vision of being our maritime nation's highly capable amphibious force in readiness for archipelagic defense that brings lasting pride and inspiration to our people. Our team, Philippine Marine Corps at 72, kaagapay ng mamayang Pilipino tungo sa mas maunlad, mas payapa at nagkakaisang bansa, underscores the commitment of the Philippine Marine Corps to support the trust of our government in pursuing the best interests of our country and people. Thus, it is the commitment of the Philippine Marine Corps to always be a reliable partner in naval operations, joint operations, combined operations, interagency operations with other government agencies and stakeholders towards accomplishing the mission of the Armed Forces of the Philippines in protecting the people and securing the state. As we celebrate our 72nd Marine birthday,
let us always remember and keep in our hearts the sacrifices, blood, sweat, and tears of our predecessors and what they have done for our country and people. Let us not rest on our laurels, but build on them as we strengthen our coastal defense through the Philippine Marine Corps Coastal Defense Strategy. As we have been victorious in our past campaigns, let us not be contented on winning the previous wars, but must always be ready to win the future wars by being mission-ready, adaptable, reliable, innovative, nationalistic, and excellent in selflessly serving our nation. We must also be ready to be called upon to address other non-traditional threats such as climate change, global warming, and the ever-evolving security climate. On a high note, as we celebrate our birthday, we are deeply honored and proud to have as our guest of honor and speaker our President and Commander-in-Chief, one of our very own, who is a member of the Marine Basic Officer Course Class 01, which was conducted from 08 January 1979 to 07 July 1979 at the Philippine Marine Training Center. Your presence today, sir, makes the 72nd Marine Corps birthday even more special. Thank you. Maraming salamat, Mr. President. As the saying goes, once a Marine, always a Marine. That is why active and retired Marines always carry on the ideals of discipline and excellence wherever they are. At this juncture, as one of the traditions of the Philippine Marine Corps, may I request all Marines to please stand for our reaffirmation of our Marine oath. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I swear to God and to myself that from this day on, I will uphold the traditions of the Philippine Marine Corps, submit to its discipline, and carry out its mission. I will always bear true faith and loyalty to the Corps and to my comrades at arms, and will carry myself as a true Marine, representative of the best in soldiery. I shall strive from this day onward to improve myself physically, mentally, morally, and professionally. I will always obey the lawful orders of my seniors, in a cheerful and wholehearted manner. I will always hold the interests of the Corps above my own. I swear to be always a true Marine. So help me God. Thank you, sirs. And please be seated. As we expect the arrival of our shore-based anti-ship missiles next year, and the shore-based anti-air defense system in the near future, the Marine Corps should also contribute to our self-reliant defense program. In the 1970s, the Philippine SRDP was way beyond than those of other countries. In fact, scientists from Israel and China were observing the creation of the Bongbong rocket. We already had fiberglass technology, long-range missiles launched from submarines and from the air. We were ahead in solar energy, all-terrain vehicles, laser technology, and wave energy. As a recognition of these efforts, we were supposed to have with us today Engineer Antonio Alonte, the lead scientist of Project Santa Barbara, which included all these projects. But because he was so excited last night, he was not able to sleep the whole night and is now feeling very weak. Thank you, sir, for sharing with us your insights on self-reliance and for sharing all the old pictures that we have in the gallery. As we are and always will be, let competence and character be the defining traits of every Marine as we march forward in the years to come. Let us always carry this along with our legacy of karangalan, katungkulan, and kabayanihan in the proud service of the Filipino people. To our distinguished guests here today, it's our honor and pleasure to be with you as we celebrate our birthday. To all Marines as far north as those in Mabulis Island in Batanes, west in the vast waters surrounding the Kalayaan Island groups, and as far down south in Pangungan in Tawi-Tawi, congratulations for splendidly fulfilling your duties and responsibilities for God, country, and people. Happy birthday, Marines! Hua!
Thank you very much, sir. At this point, may we request everyone to focus your attention at the screens in front for the audio-visual presentation during our President's time as a member of the Marine Basic Officer Course Class 1.
Si Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., aka BBM, ay pinanganak noong ika-13 ng Setyembre, taong 1957. Siya ay isa sa mga anak ng dating presidente ng Pilipinas na si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Makikita kay Bongbong Marcos na simula pa lamang ng kanyang pagkabata ay gusto na niyang magsilbi sa bayan.
Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, I am Bongbong Marcos. When I grow up, I want to be a politician. I will serve my country, especially the poor, and I will give them plenty of bigas and ulam. I'll give them many gamot at damit, and for their children, I'll give them many toys so they will not cry anymore. And for my sisters, I'll give them chocolate for the thin one, but for the fat one, no more chocolate, because she will look like bagso. And for my mabait na lola, I'll give her a new prayer book because her prayer book is already very blue.
Dahil sa impluwensya ng kanyang ama, si Bongbong Marcos ay nagpursige na makapagsilbi sa bayan sa pamamagitan ng pag-anib sa Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Nung I was 18 years old, wala namang RO, wala namang national service na tinatawag. Pero siyempre ang father ko galing military, sabi niya kailangan magsilbi ka. Pumasok ako sa Marines Basic Officers Course. Nandiyan ako sa Bonifacio.
I am Captain John Philippine BGC retired. Imbok 1, the Marine Basic Officers Course Class 1 is about to open. In the late 1970s or early 1979, we heard news that Bongbong Marcos, our president at that time, Bongbong Marcos, will join our class. Si Bongbong did join us. Some previous operation, airborne exercise.
I am a retired Colonel Rudy L. Billen, ODAS 114822 Philippine Navy Marine. President Bongbong Marcos, when he was a second lieutenant, was very much eager to join us, even in march of time from our barracks to the mess hall.
Nung dating ng panahon, naku, kahit saan kami papuntahin, kahit anong paketin sa amin na bundok, kayang-kaya, kahit anong kargahin namin, hindi kami nahirapan.
Was very energetic in joining us, and I believe then Lieutenant Bongbong Marcos was really a great person.
Naging classmate ko siya nung nag-training ako ng Marine Basic Officers Course number 1. Second Lieutenant Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. Meron na siyang serial number noon, CAD na rin siya. Nakayuniform siya ng Marines uniform. Kasama namin siya sa Kwan, sa beach landing sa Ternate, Cavite. Kasama siya sa mga Kwan, sa Port Magsaysay, sa FTX. Nagsusuot siya ng uniform ng Marines noon na panahon na yun. Nakitaan ko na siya ng, ng leadership. Pag nagsalita, sabi ko sa isip ko noon, siguro balang araw magiging presidente rin ito kagaya ng tatay.
Yan, isa pang malaking bagay yan, yung self-confidence. Ituturo sa iyo ng mga training na ito na mas malaki ang kakayahan nila kaysa sa akala nila. In other words, they're capable of doing much more that they thought they were capable of doing. And that increases your self-confidence, which makes you a better person.
Ang mga natutunan at mga pinagdaanan ni PBBM bilang isang mandirigmang marino ay nakatulong ng mabuti upang siya ay isang maging mahusay na pinuno ng ating bansa.
At this juncture, may we invite the Officer in Charge, Department of National Defense, Senior Undersecretary Jose C. Faustino Jr. to introduce our keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much, USEC Jose Faustino Jr. Please take your seats. Chief of Staff, AFP, Lieutenant General Bartolome Vincent Bacaro, Philippine Navy Inspector General Major General Jonas Lumawag, Philippine Marine Corps Commandant Charlton Sean F. Garland, to all our gallant Marines, their families, the stakeholders, the employees, service personnel of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is a remarkable day for all as we celebrate the 72nd birthday of the Philippine Marine Corps. But let me just say before I go on with my speech that it was a very pleasant surprise to relive the time that I spent with the Marines. And it was really the beginning of my time in the military. And it is a time that I had found that I was a little intimidated to go. Mahirap ito, mga Marines, masyadong maganyan mga yan. They're tough. They're a tough bunch. At again, yung sinabi ko dun sa interview, the Marines taught me
that even if you think you cannot manage it, you will, if you dig deep, you will be able to. And that is just one of the many, many lessons that I learned when I spent time with the Philippine Marine Corps and in the military. The other invaluable lesson is a lesson of camaraderie, which I have not found anywhere else outside of the military. That form of camaraderie and brotherhood that is formed between people who live together, who fight together, who bleed together, is a different kind of camaraderie. It is a different form of brotherhood. And it is something that is more valuable than anything else, especially for those in the military. So today I take great pride in watching the success of the Philippine Marine Corps that started as a group of volunteers and is evolving now to be a capable force under the Philippine Navy. Let me extend my most sincere congratulations to everyone who has made this possible, past and present. I am one with the Filipino people to commend the accomplishments of the Marine Corps through the years, especially in securing and fostering peace and order in our country. It began when you fought the communist armed forces in the 1950s. You have also defended the nation from terrorist and separatist groups in the succeeding years. During the disasters and emergencies, they can always be counted on to respond to the call of duty. So despite the challenges that you have endured and surpassed, you still prove to be courageous and resilient in helping our countrymen in times of emergencies and calamities. I thank you all for always being true Marines and going above and beyond. Your bravery has greatly enabled the Filipinos in contributing to nation-building efforts. And the nation-building efforts of this administration, we count once again on that support from the Marine Corps. It is also laudable. You have been at the forefront of our efforts towards securing our littoral zones, which also mirrors the administration's commitment to protect the country's territorial integrity. Indeed, your determination and your commitment and the valor that you demonstrate in protecting our nation from various threats to our peace and security is a testament not only to your faithfulness to duty, but also your loyalty and patriotism to the motherland. You have been among the beacons of pride, service, and strength of our nation. I hope that you will continue to demonstrate exemplary service and nationalism as you have always shown throughout your history. May you pass on these virtues to the next generation of Marines. We will work harmoniously towards our collective goal of serving the Filipino people, asserting our sovereignty, as well as defending the country's territorial integrity. I'm confident that with you, we will be able to protect the Republic of the Philippines from all threats, to sustain our identity and promote our national interests for the benefits of all. Let me assure you that the government remains firm and committed to enhancing the Marine Corps by means of the AFP modernization. We use the resources to provide each of you the support that will help you fulfill your responsibilities, realize your full potential, and to achieve success in your mission. As the leader of our nation and your commander-in-chief, I assure you of my full support for the continued success of the armed forces of the Philippines and the Marine Corps. Once again, happy birthday, Marines! Mabuhay kayong lahat!
Thank you, Mr. President. Let us again give the President a round of applause. May we request the President to please remain standing for the giving of the simple token as a form of utmost appreciation for gracing our 72nd Marine Birthday celebration. To be given by the Commandant, Philippine Marine Corps. The citation will now be read by the Marine Corps Adjutant.
The Philippine Marine Corps Ginunting Polo is presented to His Excellency Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, in commemoration of the 72nd birthday celebration of the Philippine Marine Corps on November 7, 2022 at Jurado Hall, Bonifacio Naval Station, Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City. The Gununting Bolo drew its name from the Filipino word gunting, which means scissor, the blade which resembles a scissors blade that is typically 20 inches in length. The gununting originated from the central region of the Philippines. It is the principal bladed weapon of Pekiti Tertia Kali used by the Philippine Marine Corps. It is the official weapon of the Marines when it comes to close hand-to-hand combat fighting.
Likewise, as a token of appreciation, the Commandant Philippine Marine Corps will also present a Philippine Marine Pattern Battle Dress uniform, which is worn by our Marines. Thank you, sirs. Please be seated.
The Philippine Marine Corps from the time of its existence has fought numerous battles where brave Marines displayed the utmost gallantry and valor. Let us all witness the Philippine Marine Corps battle call.
Tradition and brotherhood in the Philippine Marine Corps are what makes us unique. We, the Marines of today, take pride in honoring those who have gone before us through this battle call. The battle call is not just a memorial to the extraordinary heroism of our Marines, but a testament to their commitment, their oath to fight, and if need be, lay their own lives for a cause far greater than their own. Let us offer a moment of silence as we pay our respects to the heroism and selflessness of our fallen comrades. Battle of Sibaluhil, Hulu Sulu, 1972. Private First Class Nestor C. Acero. Battle of Matanog, Maguindanao, 2000. First Lieutenant Lulinato G. Toong. Battle of Matanog, Maguindanao, 2000. Sergeant Domingo J. Delwana. Battle of Matanog, Maguindanao, 2000. Staff Sergeant Hermenegildo C. Euro. Battle of Causwagan, Lanao del Norte, 2000. Corporal Lawrence N. Narag. Battle of Causwagan, Lanao del Norte, 2000. Corporal Ernesto A. Layugin. Battle of Munay, Lanao del Norte, 2000. Sergeant Thomas B. Campo. Marawi Siege, 2017. Private First Class Ener C. Tinangan. Sitio Bayabas, DRT Bulacan, 1991. Second Lieutenant Wilfredo M. Capada. Private First Class Agapito M. Queros. Private Albert C. Cabatic. Parang Road, Cotabato City, 2001. Staff Sergeant Ferdinand R. Largosta. Matanog Road, Maguindanao, 2001. Sergeant Morris O. Clarito, Darayan Patikul Sulu 2002, Master Sergeant Oscar P. Mislang, Hulusulu 2002, Staff Sergeant Ed C. Jacosalel, Patikul Sulu 2003, First Lieutenant Beethoven P. Landingin, Bulyuk Complex 2003, Corporal Nicanor G. Obrero, Pansul Patikul Sulu 2004, Corporal Samuel L. Calderon Timpuok Patikul Sulu 2004, Private First Class Teddy P. Torres Pansul Patikul Sulu 2005, First Lieutenant Reynaldo B. Recalde, Indanan Sulu 2005, Staff Sergeant Jovel B. Ilianic, Sergeant Herson M. Caliurina, Corporal Verencio N. Pacheco Jr., Indanan Sulu 2006, First Lieutenant Edmondo D. Fuentabella Jr., Patikul Sulu 2006, Second Lieutenant Ruben P. Barnuevo, Albarca Basilan 2007, Technical Sergeant Noel F. Bautista, Ungkaya Pukan Basilan 2007, First Lieutenant Ludwig D. Salvador, First Lieutenant Ermin B. Soleron, First Lieutenant Jeffrey M. Lloveras, First Lieutenant Eugene Machestre R. Piñera, First Lieutenant Roldan C. Samera, Corporal Roldan C. Baroy, Corporal Pire M. Cimeros, Corporal Danilo E. Vergara, Corporal Julius P. Jove, Corporal Orsulo D. Torres Jr., Corporal Manuel L. Tayaban Jr., Corporal Eril N. Labares, Corporal Renaldo F. Pedroso, Private First Class Michael M. Awigan, Private First Class Virgilio C. Domingo III, Patikul Sulu 2008, Captain Abduhari M. Solani, Albarca Basilan 2008, Sergeant Roque C. Alejo, San Vicente Palawan 2009, Private First Class Roy P. Navarro, Indanan Sulu 2009, Second Lieutenant Benhar A. Mujilon, Sergeant Wilhelm P. Alvarez, Indanan Sulu 2010, Staff Sergeant Eliseo D. Salo, Isabela City Basilan 2010, Corporal Francis P. Vival, Patikul Sulu 2011, Second Lieutenant Michael M. Baladad, Barangay Laba Maimbong Sulu 2011, Private First Class Marlon P. Lauyan, Zamboanga Siege 2013, Private First Class Jeffrey N. Castillo, Buhanginan Patikul Sulu 2014, Private First Class Jimmy P. Antonio, Buhanginan Patikul Sulu 2014, First Lieutenant Roger M. Flores, Mamasapano Maguindanao 2014, Private First Class Josem C. Mias, Sergeant Francis Gil A. Flores, Dato Salibo Maguindanao 2016, Private First Class Rodel V. Ondisimo, Marawi Siege 2017, First Lieutenant John Frederick S. Savillano, First Lieutenant Raymond M. Abad, Technical Sergeant Aldrin C. Dinglasan, Staff Sergeant Joven Q. Trison, Sergeant Maynard T. Pigarido, Sergeant Simeon I. Plares Jr., Sergeant Miguelito A. Abaw, Staff Sergeant Pedro H. Butik Jr., Sergeant Brian A. Tambuon, Sergeant Alvin Cosme A. Benetes, Sergeant Rudy A. Spilimborgo, Sergeant Timmy D. Gulak, Corporal Jobert A. Cofino, Corporal Mark Anthony A. Ramos, Corporal John Romulo C. Garcia, Corporal Ashid N. Isarani, Corporal Welobor B. Banga, Corporal Harney P. Villaruel, Corporal Ronald P. Supnad, Corporal RG C. Harliga, Corporal Roland H. Sumagpang, Corporal Norfield C. Mascardo, Private First Class Marvin D. Gomez, Private First Class John Michael A. Lolo, Private First Class Frederick D. Manejo, Private First Class Kevin D. Cangrejo, Private First Class Brian V. Santos, Private First Class Eric A. De Los Reyes, Private First Class John B. Lunas, Private First Class Froilan T. Espinosa, Private First Class J. Lord E. Aplicador, Private First Class Eddie C. Cardona, Private First Class Ayan E. Baldon, Private First Class Robert B. Besmar, Private First Class Erwin M. Sumalinag, Private First Class Alejandro A. Balend, Battle of Calamansig, Sultan Kudarat 2018, Sergeant Roderick L. Paat, Corporal Jonas D. Reyes, Patikul Sulu 2018, Private First Class Archie B. Ramos, Private First Class Jeremy D. Duluan, Private First Class J.R. Lugudula, Libak Sultan Kudarat 2019, Corporal Jobert C. Aliwanag, Bangingi Sulu 2019, Private First Class Gilbert B. Alma, Pugad Lanaul Old Panamaw Sulu 2019, Corporal Romnick C. Estacio, Taytay Palawan 2020, Private First Class Christian P. Cuarto, Aribungos Brooks Point, Palawan 2020, Private First Class Christopher G. De La Cruz, Battle of Limpongo, Maguindanao 2020, Private First Class Real B. Angot. The nobility of your sacrifice has earned you a rightful place in the country's pantheon of heroes. Freedom is not free. It is paid for by the sacrifices and lives of our heroes, many of whom are Marines. Rest well, Marines. Yours is the glory of a life well lived and fought. Ours is the duty to preserve and protect the country's freedom for which you offered your lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will notice, we have set up a lone empty table in front. The table is dedicated to our fallen Marine heroes who are here with us in spirit.
These are only few of the battles that the Marines fought since its inception in 1950 and will still fight whenever and wherever the people need us. To the families of those fallen Marines who fought bravely and gallantly in order to preserve the freedom of the Filipino people, the nation, and the armed forces of the Philippines, extend its gratitude and offer you our snappiest salute. Tonight is a remarkable time to remember the day when then Secretary of National Defense Ramon Magsaysay envisioned a task force that would crush and destroy such lawless elements. From a pool of volunteers, 6 officers and 230 enlisted personnel were chosen to form the core of this hard-hitting task force. The group of men, a special unit of Philippine Naval Patrol, designated as the Alpha Company.
Marines and guests, marching forward are the oldest and youngest warriors of the Philippine Marine Corps.
We are now witnessing the turnover of Gideon.
The Gidon, which symbolizes authority and responsibility, is transferred from the senior Marine warrior to the junior Marine warrior. In essence, Marine warriors must carry this symbol with pride and dignity, even at the cost of their lives. This is one of the finest traditions of the Philippine Marine Corps.
From the corps of 6 officers and 230 enlisted personnel, Alpha Company has grown to what it is today. Though very few, we will be forever faithful in the service to God, country, and people. We have the right to be proud, for we are the representatives of the best in soldiery. We are the Philippine Marines.
Everyone is requested to rise for the singing of the Marine Corps hymn.
We are the Philippine Marines, a common sight in the fighting scene. Our salty roads are never bright, people never ask us what, until they hear our battle cry. We are the Philippine Marines, waiting against the toughest winds. Once we are provoked to fight, we never keep our sight. When we unleash our strength and might, but upon its shores and seas, we lead the conquerors down. We are the fighting beast. We are the sleepless hounds. We choose the ready gaze up the hill on the rough and rugged roads, exchanging blows and sharpened blades until they align in hold. Exchanging blows and sharpened blades until they align in hold.
The Command Sergeant Major will now report to the Commandant that the Marine birthday cake is ready for the cake cutting ceremony. The Commandant cuts the first slice. Taste it. And reports to the guest of honor that the cake is fit for human consumption. He cuts the third slice. And offers it to the officer in charge, Department of National Defense, as a symbol of the Corps' continuing dedication in defending our nation.
He cuts the fourth slice. And offers it to the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, as a symbol of the Corps' continuing dedication to the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
The fifth slice. It is offered to the Acting Flag Officer in Command, Philippine Navy, as a symbol of gratitude to the mother unit of the Corps, the Philippine Navy. The last slice. It will be offered to the youngest Marine as a symbol of the continuing wisdom being provided by the Marine leadership, as this was passed on from one generation to another.
Thank you, sirs.